Our hero for today is not Wonder Woman, is she? No, she's not. Our hero for today, she's not Captain America, is she? No, she's not. Those of you who watched our videos for today, you probably already know who our hero today is. Our hero today isn't Batman with all of his money and his gadgets. Our hero for today is, well, not Wolverine with his adamantium claws and skeleton and his invincibility. Our hero for today is a human being who works at a gas station. A human being who saw or was there for two different situations, and situations that not just me, but the other people who were there were also grateful for her, and for her speaking up, and of course for her letting certain people know under no uncertain circumstances that, well, that's not okay. Hard not to have at least some respect for a person like that. I don't expect perfection out of anybody. However, people do make mistakes. They're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna make mistakes. Sorry, I had to scratch my mustache with my thumb. Now, I want that bamboo. Your mistakes don't have to define you as a human being. They don't have to define your entire life. You don't have to live by your mistakes and make them every single portion of your life. Also, if you're going to make mistakes, that doesn't mean that you can't be the hero to somebody. And it's always the little stuff, isn't it? Little things make all the difference. Now, for me, I knew the situation was pretty well at hand, pretty well handled, and the people who were there definitely had the tools, skills, and resources, that includes human resources, to deal with the situation without too much intervention from myself. I also know that had either of those situations come to a head and created a situation where it was necessary for me to actually do something, that they would have let me know, or it would have been painfully obvious. Being the hero doesn't mean you pull somebody over to the side of the road and bust them with a little bit of drugs. That don't make you a hero. You see them cops at these school shootings, all of them, they just stand outside waiting for the shooting to get finished with. And then these cops are giving food. How could you eat knowing that there's a bunch of children in there just got blasted all to hell, and you're outside with, well, I'm going to tell you a story about Boulder, Colorado. So I noticed there was a fire, right? It was real smoky on one of the rooftops. I went into not one, not two, but 3 different businesses to inform them that their fucking building was on fire. So, first one didn't take it seriously. Second one didn't take it seriously. Oh, the third one, by that point, it was pretty certain they needed to take it seriously. So the firemen show up and the policemen show up. And of course, this is Boulder, Colorado. It takes them about, 20 to 30 minutes to get completely done with the process. It turned out there wasn't like a whole full-on fire. There was a chimney fire, which is different. Still just as dangerous. Anyway, so some folks decided to donate a whole bunch of pizzas to say thank you to those first responders. So those first responders, them firemen and them policemen, stood around for nearly the rest of the day gorging themselves on pizza. They're welcome for the building not burning up. They're welcome. Did I expect a slice of pizza? No, but I also didn't expect our tax dollars to go to having all of those first responders standing around doing jack shit. Especially when it was a homeless person who had to go let them know their fucking building was on fire. God bless America, right? There's the people that you want to say, oh, well, these people did something or those people did something. Who really did something? Who is the first responder? You as the person who is there to stop it right fucking now while it's happening? Or somebody who's going to show up in 48 minutes? If they're not too bored. Or if they're not too busy, which means there's 7 of them towing a homeless dude's vehicle and he doesn't hardly know what the hell's going on. Or when you've got 6 of them at a traffic stop. And of course they're inflating all of their pockets by having multiple agencies there at once. Then they get to pretend like each agency had to have someone out there. And really they don't. They need is for the public to have access to the body cameras, to the way that they treat the homeless. And anybody who says that it's okay to treat the homeless that way, well, these people ought to be treated that way. You ought to know what it's like to work for over a month, full time, to pay off one night where you got busted using a blanket when you went to sleep. Oh, that's fucking swell, ain't it? How very American of you. Oh, well, there's consequences. Ah, yes, monetary consequences. Kind of like when they charge a homeless person or a disabled person who doesn't have any support with bogus crimes, knowing that that person will never be allowed to defend themselves against such charges. God bless America, right? Give it to God, right? Give it to God, right? Give it to God, right? Do you like how I repeated myself there? Most of you don't. Now let's take a look around my parking lot. I keep it pretty clean, but we've got a beer can there, beer can there, beer can there. Starting to be stuff collecting around here. More beer bottles. Time to come back, right? What did we picked it up? What, 2 days ago? A little bit yesterday over on the west side. Now, of course, Logan and Shayna, they cleaned up this entire area, and it's actually remained relatively clean. Although I wouldn't be surprised to find out there's some McDonald's bag. Yeah, there's a flag. Who knows what that's for? But it's in the ground, not on top of the ground, so it probably does belong there for some purpose. Somebody just didn't clean it up. Oh, more beer cans, more beer cans, beer cans, beer cans. It's mostly beer cans at this point. I don't pick those up because if I do, I'll get in trouble. Open container, which is apparently still against the law here. It's not against the law to drink in public per se, but not in your vehicle. And of course, if you see where I keep the plastic bag, it's on top of my vehicle. This other vehicle here, this Subaru that's up close, it's been here for a little over a week, I guess. They got an oil slick underneath their vehicle too. Now, with all of this, this is just little stuff. Just little stuff. It makes the world a little bit better place, or at least not look as ugly. Just like them homeless folks that were cleaning up down by the bridge and down there in the little area where people wanted to sit and watch the fireworks yesterday. I think it was awful pleasant of them folks to do so, but that's all little stuff. What that lady at the gas station did today, well, to her, it's just little stuff. It's no big major deal. You know, something that anybody should be expected to do, basically. But can you really expect anyone to actually do those things? Airplane. Alright. I suppose I'm going to end this video. I want you guys to pay attention to who your heroes are. Are your heroes sports stars, or is it your mom? Are your heroes over in other countries shooting people? Or is that the brother who stuck up for you? Who are you idolizing as heroes? Is it Johnny Depp in one of his movies? Is it Brian Reynolds in one of them, or Ryan Reynolds, whatever the hell his name is, in Deadpool? Is it being sassy and snarky? Is that what makes a hero? I think what makes the hero is the willingness to do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. Anybody who is not willing to do the right thing because it's the right thing to do, you don't deserve your rights. Why should I be expected to fight for the rights of someone who won't even fight for their own? For somebody who expects that I should fight for theirs, but they won't fight for mine. Now, there's expected roles in the situation, like what happened today with them young ladies being messed with. There are certain accepted societal roles, and each of us, well, in our own turn and in our own expected roles, of course, we did what is expected of us. I waited. If there was a situation where there was to be violence, I would have been the one who was expected to get to the violence. But the person who was expected to speak up, well, in that situation, several people did. And the lady who was working the gas station is the one who ultimately got to make the decision to tell that man to leave. The first one. The second one, I wasn't actually there for the situation. I was in the bathroom. I could hear it, though. God, that is looking bad, ain't it? Watch where you run your mouth. All right. Obviously, with it getting dark already, I'm not going to be cleaning up the parking lot tonight. I'll probably do that in the morning. My trash bag is getting pretty full, but there's a bit more room. If somebody wanted to go through and pull out the soda cans, they could. Here in Oregon, they'll pay you for them. I just want to say one more time, the hero for today is not Wonder Woman. It's just another human being, another concerned citizen who was there to do the right thing because it was the right thing to do. As far as social expectations, had she not been there, I would have likely had to do the male thing. MRRM, the Cahooligan type love me booze bro. Well, cool. Anyway, I'm going to let y'all go. It's good to be with you. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. And And remember, you are your brother's keeper. No victim left behind.